Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Iyanifa is alleged to have, warned the Ooni of Ife to be on alert and, be decisive when he has to. That she sees more plot and gang up against him, the Ooni of Ife, this time. That what is happening right now is just, the icing on the cake. That they have not even seen anything. And in the days ahead, the gang up, the plot, and everything will be more than Oni would ever imagine. Now, you see, all of why is this happening? If you have been following the trend of events in the palace of the Oni of Ife, something happened recently that really broke the man. Like, Oni of Ife is not known to be a king that gets worried or devastated over things, but this time he got really devastated over an event where a woman that is called Doyin in the USA had come out to come and speculate that Oni of Ife had collected $180,000 from her, or she has used the money to prepare for their marriage, that there is a marriage contract between her and the Ooni of Ife. She was preparing to come into the palace sometime this year to be married to the Ooni of Ife, that they have been having conversation, like she has had several conversations with the Ooni of Ife, like man and woman. When Ooni of Ife retires back to bed in the evening around 1 a.m., they will be talking and talking that that's what has been happening. Now, the thing is that everybody has come out to say, Donyin, please bring evidence, because she said that she will bring evidence. Now, the only evidence that everybody is seeing is paper evidence where somebody had signed that Oni was going to marry her and all of that. How is it possible that a first-class king of the Yoruba land wants to marry a woman? He'll go and sign a paper. It's not as if he's marrying you in court, a social media paper to show to you that he wants to marry you. Now, how is it possible that this woman who is said to have been living in the US for as long as possible would not be able to ascertain that these are people who are trying to defraud you? These are people who are trying to run you over. Yes, that is exactly what is going on, but the woman was not able to identify this, and the woman went on and on until this thing broke out. But when it broke out, all the fingers are pointing to the Oloris right there in the palace. Wait until I bring you a gist where they are preparing to have them swear and oath that they don't, because everybody, everywhere, they are saying that they are the one. Basically, the plan from the very beginning was to get Olori Naomi upset and get her to run out again and say, I am not doing again. I don't want you. I don't want you, because, before now, that was what she used to do. Every little thing they'll use jazz, they'll push her out and she will run and she will go. And this time, it does seem as if everywhere has been locked. Olori Naomi is not listening to anybody. Apparently, the jazz are not working anymore. She is focused on her husband, because no matter what happened, she was 25 when she got married to the Ooni of Ife. It is, acceptable that she wasn't that mature, not like childbearing age and all of that. Talking about, her exposure, level of exposure, mental exposure, and all of that. But right now, people expect more from Olori Naomi, and that is exactly what she is giving to the people. Right now, she's focused on being with her husband and loving her husband and going ahead to do things with her husband, and not focus on other people and what they say and what they do and all of that. No, that's not what her focus is right now. And so they had thought that if this stuff broke out on the internet, Naomi will get angry. But when it broke out on the internet, what the monarch did, from what we are hearing, if the information is true and correct, they said the monarch quickly ran to Olori Naomi to go and explain everything to Olori Naomi. But by the time the monarch got to Olori Naomi said she has already seen everything, that they have even forwarded everything to her, and she has seen, and she could tell at the time that it was a ploy to get to her. It was a ploy to get to her emotion. It was a ploy to, discredit the Ooni of Ife. It was a ploy to destabilize their relationship. And that was exactly what these people were trying to achieve. And Ooni of Ife didn't have to explain too much, but it happened. Now, before this happened, I had come here to let you people know what was going on in the palace, where they had already said that Ooni of Ife was going to get married to a princess from the Oyotunji clan in South Carolina in the USA. And this information got to Queen Naomi by a very reliable source. And Queen Naomi didn't know what to make out of it, but Ooni of Ife explained. Now, from the same group of people, they now put it on a woman that is called Doyin. Up until now, we don't even know who this woman is. The woman has not come out to show her face on social media. But, the sad part is that this whole thing is out there, making the rounds on social media, everything. And a lot of people are already believing that this man in question has to be the Ooni of Ife. Now, it is logical to even begin to evaluate the net worth of the Ooni of Ife. Ooni of Ife is worth of close to $90 million right now. What will Ooni of Ife be doing with $180,000? And so, you know that they said you should, you want to buy a dog, you give it a bad name so you can buy it. That's what is going on. And all this Ooni of Ife is suffering is because of the relationship that he has got with Olori Naomi. They just don't want to see that relationship to see the light of day. They don't want the relationship to stand. They want to do everything that is within their power to destroy the relationship. And they said that this has to do with the wife. So Iyanifa has come out now to talk to the Ooni of Ife that she sees more gang up in the days ahead. Ooni of Ife should be very careful and be decisive when he has to be decisive. Now, talking about being decisive is, of course, they have said time and time again that some Oloris will have to go. Even though Iyanifa priest has come to say they should leave the Oloris alone, that the Oloris will live between now and December, that he has seen the future, he has seen everything, that they will live on their own accord. Some of them will do things that will disgrace them so much that they will not be able to stay in the palace again. That Ooni of Ife, they want Ooni of Ife to do things that will make people call the man a bad name, that Kabiyesi should leave them, that Ifa has already disconnected them from the Ooni of Ife. They said the question was brought up to find out if the women should still be doing their royal duties and all of that. The Ifa priest said they should leave them alone, that these women will live. After all, what is even the big deal right now if they are not staying in the palace, even though we heard that they are doing everything to protect people, to prevent people from knowing that they no longer stay in the palace? So what's the big deal right now? As long as Queen Naomi can come to the palace and sleep and have her way and do her things in the palace, that has always been what the Ooni of Ife wanted. Just having Tadenikawo under his tutelage, the fact that Ooni of Ife is seeing Tadenikawo more often now and all of that, they say that will suffice for the Ooni of Ife. Ooni of Ife should leave the women alone. And so right now, Iyanifa is saying gang up, more gang up. More gang up is what she is saying, that Ooni of Ife needs to be very careful. These are all alleged, rumored, and speculated information. I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.